In this video, I'm showing you how to install a Facebook pixel or data set onto your website so that you can track conversions that come from your Facebook ads properly. This is really essential before you turn on Facebook ads that you have this set up properly. So I'm going to show you the basics on doing this, whether you have a Shopify store or something else. Before we get started, I also want to let you know, be sure you're subscribed to the channel because in my next video, I'm doing my Facebook ads course for 2026. It's going to be well over 30 minutes. This is going to be a complicated one, but if you are running Facebook ads in 2026 or right now at the end of 2025, you need to watch this video. This is going to be the biggest update that we've had in over 3 years, and I'm going to walk you through creating a campaign from start to finish. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can watch that as soon as it comes out. So the thing that you have to understand first off about data sets, which is the only thing that you can create anymore, you can't make pixels anymore, is they're the same thing. All right, to you they're basically the same thing. A data set is version 2 of the pixel. I wish they just called it pixel version 2 or just kept calling it pixel and didn't even tell us about the change. A lot of websites did need to make the new data set because there's only one big difference, and that is that it can track events on unverified domains. All right, in the past you had to go through a domain verification process in the business settings section. I'm going to show you where that is. I still do it just because I want to believe it still does something nowadays. But before, if you put a pixel on a website that you did not also go through the domain verification process with, it would not track, it would not send any traffic. That very small difference just had an impact on some people. That's why you're going to see, content that most of us still call it a pixel because it was called that for like over 10 years, but they're the same thing. All right. Now, where you set it up is in the events manager section is where you can create them. However, I would tell you to not actually create it in Facebook Ads Manager, because if you start with your website, so if you have a Shopify website and you start there or you start in Wix, it's a better way to do it. It's a more seamless way to create a full API integration. So what you're going to want to do on Shopify, we'll start here and then I'll show you a Wix website, is you're going to get the Facebook and Instagram app. Then you are going to click on the settings tab. So you're going to go through some very basic steps. Connect account. You're going to connect it to your Facebook profile. You're going to connect it to your original Facebook profile that owns the business Facebook page and also owns your Facebook ad account, to be specific. And once you go through those steps, it's going to bring you to this option right here, the share data. And it's going to say, this is kind of weird, but it will say like default, I think, or something in the middle, like enhanced, I think it's what it's called. You're going to want to click change and you're going to want to go to maximum. That is just so that you get the maximum amount of data transferred because you want to give as much data to Facebook as possible. There's really no need to refrain from just, having the maximum data go to Facebook, and that will make it so it tracks purchases accurately, add to carts accurately, and all this stuff that is essential to know if your Facebook ads are working or not. So that's the simple answer for you. Same within Wix, you're going to start by going here and then you're going to go to marketing and then Facebook and Instagram ads. And then you're going to connect the Facebook account and you're going to go about it that way. There might be another section in here like in settings. Let's just check real quick if I need to put in my pixel ID somewhere. Oh yeah, let's see. So if I go Facebook, it's not in there. However, at the bottom, it asks for this custom code and it wants me to put a code into the header of the website though. So I don't have Wix anymore, is why I can't actually do this, but I'll show you guys that method because there's basically two methods. You form the integration from the website creator, whatever you use, side of things, and you're good to go. You'll see it populate here once you refresh the screen after you've made the data set. But if you have a website where maybe you're running into some kind of bug, some kind of technical error that's not letting you do that, or you have a funnel with something like Go High Level or ClickFunnels, and you've made a funnel, the way that you put your data set into that is by putting the pixel code into the header of your website. And the way you're going to do that is once you've created it, you're going to go to add events, and then you're going to set up new integration, and then you're going to go to meta pixel, still calls it pixel sometimes. You're going to go to setup, manually add code to your website, And then there it is right there. You're going to copy that code into the header section of your website. This is not the visual top part of your website. This is the code section of your website called the header. You can access it in Shopify, but you're not going to need to do that. All right. There are some things that maybe you want to put an AI chatbot on your website, and you do need to get into the header section as well in Shopify. We're not going to be talking about that in this video. We're just sticking with the pixel, but you're going to copy that and you're going to put that into the header section of your funnel creators. Maybe you use something like lead pages. Any of those creators are often going to want the code. The one other situation you might run into is it's going to ask you for your Facebook pixel ID. And in that case, you're just going to give them this code right here. This thing that says ID right there is what you're going to give them instead. One other thing to know about pixels and data sets is there does not seem to be a way that you can delete them. So you only want one per company. You don't need a different one for all the different campaigns you make or for all the different offers you make. You just want one per company, and then use that everywhere. And it just gets kind of messy if you have really anything more than one. Is difficult because you can't delete them. The only thing that you can do, because a lot of us do have multiple pixels, is you're going to come in here and you're going to rename it something like do not use. That would be a way to make sure that you never use an old data set that you're like, I'm ruling that one out. I only want to use this one. This is the best thing you can do, is just rename it as something like that, because it's inevitable that if it's not named something like that, you're eventually going to accidentally use it. And you might be running a Facebook ad with the wrong pixel tied to it than what is active on your website, and it won't be showing any sales, and you'll think your ads are sucking, and that could be a reason why. That's really all you need to know about pixel and the data set at this point. I will show you this one other section though before I sign off and you guys go watch all of my other videos. But if you go to the business settings section and then you go to brand safety and you go to domains, this is something that we had to do in the past in order for it to work. You had to add the domain in here. I would still do this. I want to think that because they didn't get rid of this section entirely, they still would prefer that you verify the domain, and this might make it so that you can have a little bit more customers that get tracked. So I would go through this process, which it is not liking for some reason. Let's see, that probably works if I just get rid of the www. Yep. And oh, it's already been verified, so it's not going to let me do it, but basically it's going to give you 3 options for verifying after, and you can put the code that it gives you into the header of your website. So you can do it that way, especially if you've done the pixel before. That's going to be the easiest way to do it, but it's basically just putting a code on the website so it can say, yes, I confirm that I read that code. So you must be the owner of this domain, which means that I can allow you to track everything. So verify the domain, verify your business. In the section down here, it's going to be like in business manager or business assets. Make sure you go through all of those extra verifications, because you want to make sure you're tracking 100% of data that comes through, because even if you're tracking 90, you're like not tracking a couple sales could be telling you a wrong story about which of your ads are doing well. So you want to make sure you have full verification, and you should be tracking 100% just fine. So that's the tutorial. Make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you in the Facebook ads 2026 walkthrough in about a week from now.